is it a good position to be in at this point?
Yeah, getting some guys back. We'll see where they go. You know, me and Kyle's in a return to play and got an exemption for Nick, and we'll start working Peter back in there and kind of see how everybody goes throughout the week.
When you look at the design runs that the Colts use for Richardson and his fourth rushing touchdown, what is it to you that stands out?
Well, man, the same thing that everybody else sees. I mean, he's big, he's fast, you know, he's willing, you know, and he knows where the goal line is. He knows where the first down, what he needs to get to. You know, so it'll be a huge challenge not only out in the field for those plays that they designed, but also, you know, the closer you get to the goal line.
When you have a guy like that that's so capable of running, how much does that affect the defense as far as in red zone? Because they're pretty good at that.
Well, I mean, it just makes you to defend everybody, you know. If it's a run action, you have to – a running back, somebody's got responsibility for the quarterback. Somebody's got a responsibility for the two receivers, the relief, you know, throws that they can make off of it. It's what you have to defend.
Is it a good thing after, you know, Richardson's already played 3 or 4 games? I think he missed 1, but good thing to see him now that there's a little bit of film out of him on him since you've never played against him before?
Well, I mean, it's always good to see, you know, have some tape. I'm sure they'll have some new designs and some things off of some different plays. It's kind of what they do, you know, being able to build and design off stuff that they do. You know, certainly been able to score and take advantage of the turnovers that they've had and been really good in the red zone.
I guess with Nick and Peter, are they kind of in the same boat as far as trying to build their conditioning and stamina and all that back? And is that something you will monitor them through the week on?
No, I mean, Nick's been able to probably work a little bit more than Peter has, so I mean, we'll see where they both are. But you know, Nick's been able to kind of work through, even though he hasn't been here. Peter had a little bit of a break.
Do you feel like you guys made a step with the tight end blocking last week, and can you advance it from there? And now with Kevin in the mix as well.
You know, everybody will have to block really well against the Colts. They have a good bunch of good edge defenders that they play. They roll through. Really good in the middle. So everybody will have to block well.
Is it tougher to prepare for the possibility of Jonathan Taylor not having seen him in that specific offense yet, or is he somebody who you kind of know what you're going to get if he plays?
I would say that most of the runs that Jonathan Taylor will have, you know, for the most part, I don't think you're going to change, you know, the quarterback's role, right? So we've seen him run outside zone, seen him run inside zone, seen him run, you know, gap scheme, seen him run inside zone from the gun, outside zone. Like, he's good, he's fast, he's tough to tackle. So whatever the quarterback does after that, if he pulls it, you know, that's on somebody else. But you know, it's a good, very good player, excellent player. So we've seen all those runs that he probably would be doing.
And with Moss, I mean, does that add another piece to that puzzle?
Runs hard. You know, he runs really hard, and you know, it's been a good addition for him. He's, you know, a strong runner.
As you look to defend Richardson, is discipline the most important thing when it happens?
Well, I think discipline, communication, understanding the call, and changing things up on them, you know, based on zone or man, and making sure that, you know, sometimes it's not designed either. It's third down or first or second, drop back, and, you know, there's not rush discipline, and he's able to pull it down and gain yards and make first downs.
How do you describe this opportunity at Indy with the division gridlocked like this?
I think it's, you know, it's a great opportunity to go on the road. You know, I think for all of us that are trying to, you know, just improve and do, you know, ultimately win our division, you know, you're going to have to win a couple of these on the road. And so I do think it's a great opportunity. You know, everybody's bunched up in there. It's early, but great opportunity.
How much of a challenge does Zaire Franklin pose, a guy who's really seemed to ascend the last couple of years or so? But what does he present for the offense in terms of just dealing with him, knowing where he is?
Yeah, you better block him. He plays with speed and violence. He's a very, very good player. He gets to the ball in a hurry. He gets there and wants to play with some violence and a lot of respect for him as a player. Him and Shaq and EJ, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, their ability to try to get the football out. So, we'll have to make sure that we block those guys.
You guys have had such success in the division the last couple of years, and obviously that's huge to get to the playoffs. What do you think's been the consistency in the division?
Just trying to play well, trying to do things that help us take care of the football. Control. Be good in the red zone. Get some stops, play complementary football, not do things that hurt us in close games, which most of these divisional games are.
Those are all your mantras. You think you've been better at those against these teams with consistency than you have maybe?
I mean, whatever the record says, I don't know. I know that we're 2-2 this year and haven't played a division game.
Coach, Kyle returning, do you put him back there, not returning, and then what are your expectations just offensively for him? I guess consistency, maybe one?
Well, just seeing where he is physically, making sure, that the route running and the conditioning and, have an opportunity to catch punts throughout the week. And, we'll see where that is at the end of the week, and excited to have him back out there on the practice field.
How much of a boost can he be in the punt return game?
Well, we had 21-yarder last week, so hopefully if he can do better than that, we block better. I don't think that's been, awful by any means who's ever been back there. We want to try to create some explosive plays in that phase if we can get the gunners held up and give guys some space and do it all without penalties. I think that would be great.
What's made Danico Autry, even 10 years in the league, still such a productive guy on the defensive line?
I think he's always been a productive, instinctive player going back to even when he was coming out. Was a player that I remember looking at and seeing, and he's got a lot of pride in what he does and how he prepares and how he plays. And he's been an instinctive player when we played against him in Indy, and then since he's been here.
Mike, how much does the rivalry week aspect get brought up at this level? Is that something more for college high school?
Well, I mean, I think that there's a lot of familiarity between us and the Colts and their style of play, a lot of respect for them and what they do. So you have to play well in the division, and you have to win those games. Those are critical if you ultimately want to win and be in the playoffs and host playoff games. So we understand the importance of it and how critical it is at this early in the season going on the road.
When you look at their tight ends like Ali Cox, Granson, the way they use them, how much of a challenge does that present?
Well, they've got basketball style, frames. They're athletic, good catch radius. I would say that their quarterbacks have been finding them sometimes, and even the other day for a huge play, kind of extended the play and was able to find Mo, and he's always played well, I think, against us, and he's been able to go up and get to football. And I think for the quarterback, they're really good targets.